Hi everyone, I'm Sandy and I'd like to talk tonight about the gang violence in my hometown of New Haven, Connecticut. 32 people have been murdered this year in New Haven, Connecticut. That's 32 families left behind with immeasurable pain and unanswered questions. Many of us in this community are wondering what is happening to our youth. Where is this upward trend in violence coming from? And most importantly, how can we change it? Death and incarceration are making an endangered species of our young men. Unfortunately, the instant gratification of gunning down an adversary has begun to outweigh the long-term benefits of working out your differences. Violence has become far too sensationalized, and with gang affiliation increasing, even small towns like New Haven are feeling the effects. As I drive through town, I see ominous red and blue graffiti covering various buildings, announcing the presence of Bloods and Crips on the streets of New Haven. These gangs are gaining a stronghold on the city during what has been another tumultuous year for law enforcement. As we swear in another new police chief, the question of what will be different looms overhead. How can we improve our tactics on combating gang violence? Some solutions that stand out in my eyes are our need for stronger, more consistent gang intervention. The New Haven Police Department needs to show more strength and presence on the streets. This is an emergent epidemic that requires relentless pursuit. Police presence must increase in the city. In addition to traffic stops and drug arrests, police should begin walking through the neighborhoods again, be visible to the perpetrators as well as those who feel they've become hostages in their own communities. Put a stop to loitering on corners in heavy drug trafficking areas, and ticket those wearing or displaying gang signs or colors. Impose a curfew citywide to limit the amount of young people outside in the late night, early morning hours when most crime occurs. Though some would disagree, it is not solely the responsibility of the New Haven Police Department. Community involvement is an important factor also. Fear has empowered the gangs to take over our streets. So much crime and violence is happening that people are afraid to speak out. This must change. It's time to stop being afraid and speak out against the ruining of our communities. For those who are not already involved in gangs and street violence, offer them a chance at something different. Increase after-school programs and weekend programs involving sports or vocational skills. Find out their interests and show them a better way of life. For those who have already engaged in gang activity or are at risk for it, we must offer solid re-entry opportunities. Our youth deserve a second chance too. Parents, stay involved in your child's life, even if they feel you are too invasive. It is imperative that you know who their friends are, what activities they are involved in, and where they are as much as possible. We must also advocate nonviolent methods of conflict resolution. There is an African proverb that says, "It takes a village to raise a child." No one should ever think that the plight of our youth is not their responsibility. Our youth need to be educated on the repercussions of gang life. During recruitment, gangs offer potential members a family atmosphere that some may not have in their current homes. They claim to offer them protection, loyalty, and acceptance. However, along with those come crime and violence. To intervene in the strongholds these gangs have on our youth, we must show them that same care and concern that they perceive they will get from the gangs. New Haven is riddled with violence. We must all work together to change the tide of gangs, violence, and guns that are stealing our youth. 32 people died needlessly due to homicide, violence, and guns in New Haven. We must all work together to see that next year does not bring about the same tumultuous happenings. Thank you.